Okay, we're getting off track here. Hold on. Let's bring it back to the beginning. First of all, welcome everyone to a podcast. I'm your host,
Welcome, welcome.
dinofries. This is my guest for the evening, nastynate758. Introduce yourself, my dude.
All right, so I am nastynate758. I stream, sporadically and haphazardly here on Twitch. Um, and I'd like to say I'm a variety streamer. Play a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But the games that I tend to have the most fun with are usually RPGs. Stuff like we played through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and also like playing Pokemon and other Nintendo titles on stream too. So I'd say that if you had to boil it down to one word, you know how you could describe my streams is usually pretty nasty. Nasty would probably be the right word, because we've got some real saucy folks that hang out in my streams.
What is it?
That's
What does it mean to be nasty?
Well, to be nasty, I'm glad you asked, Mr. Fries, because to be nasty not only means to, like be just absolutely drizzled in sauce, but also to be nice. I that's the other side of the nasty in Nasty Nate is that, I just want people to feel like when they come into my streams that it's the chill zone. Like I don't want people who hang out in my streams to feel like obligated to come to like every stream and chat up a storm. I just want to have a space where people feel like they can come and just hang out. They can be invisible if they want. Because like I know for me, and you've seen it because I lurk in your streams, right? It's like sometimes for me it's just comforting to sit and watch all the different social interactions that go on in a stream, and just to hear the streamer's voice. Like I know I've told you this before, but man, you've got a great voice. There's something
I
about
have a
it
great
does.
voice.
Yeah, it does something to my brain, bro. I'm telling you.
Whoa. I kind of get what you're saying, though. Thank you. First of all, uh, I'll take your word for it, but I get what you mean. There are definitely uh, people I watch on YouTube or Twitch, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just because like I've watched their shit so many times at this point, where their
Hmm.
voice is now like comforting to me. But or like, is it like it's just a psychological thing? Is it just like you hear something enough that it just becomes like common to you, or do they actually have a nice voice, or is it subjective?
Oh, I mean, so here's, and I'm not sure how weird this might be of me, but I'm going to speak to the familiarity point, right? That so like the the thing that will put me to sleep faster than anything else, and my wife, she kind of makes fun of me for it, is if I turn on an episode of Forensic Files when I go to
You go
bed.
to sleep to Forensic Files.
There's something about that guy's voice. It just it lulls me into that sense of security and safety, even when he's like, a young child went missing, and I'm like, oh man, all right, Peter, you put me right to sleep. Thank you,
Yeah,
Bubba.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's do you think it's subjective then or objective?
Oh.
Do you think like their voices are actually common to us, or that we associate their voice with like their content, which
Mhm.
is which is like familiar to us, and
Right.
therefore their voice is then common to us. We're able to put their stuff on to go to sleep or as background
Mhm.
noise.
Yeah, I mean, so it's sort of like this way that we, you know, how we develop these like parasocial relationships,
Right.
or we in our minds we develop parasocial
Absolutely.
relationships with celebrities, or even like, you know, streamers,
Yep.
right? And I think it's that kind of phenomenon where it's like,
Right.
oh man, I identify with this content because I like watching it. But then it's also because, like, before it was Forensic Files, for years I would put on Arrested Development
Yeah.
to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And
I did that, but with The Office.
oh man, see, The Office, I because I love The Office and I also love Arrested Development, but I can fall asleep to Arrested Development. And The Office, I find myself just like, you know, constantly looking back at it.
Cause it's
You know,
okay. I used to memorize. I used to like. I watched The Office so many times when I first came across it, sometime in college, I guess. That I memorized the scenes in my head, and so that
whoa.
when I would hear them, and like if my eyes were closed,
Hmm.
and I was hearing the scene, like the episode go on, like I don't even need to look at the screen. Like I already know what's going on in my head because it was
Right,
like
it's like a
I saw it that many
projector.
times. That's not the case anymore. I mean, The Office is on Peacock now, and I actually stopped watching it after like
Rip.
I think after like the fifth or sixth time around, I stopped, and I don't think I could do that anymore. But for a time, I don't know. I had it on when I would go to sleep,
Hmm.
when I would do everything, just because I didn't want there to be silence.
Yeah,
So
there's something about silence that I know for me personally, I I feel more at ease when there's some kind of like, and it's not just any kind of noise either, because like, you know, rain, like storms.
yeah,
I know that that does it for a lot of folks,
yeah.
but that doesn't do it for me. I think it is just this weird,
You
you
don't
know,
like
like
going to sleep when it's raining outside?
I'm not saying I don't like going to sleep when it's like actually raining outside. I mean, come on now. What do you think? I'm a psycho?
I like when it rains outside. I think it's very common.
um, but yeah. So I mean,
But
I
going back to what you were saying, um, you think it has to do with parasocial relationships?
oh yeah, yeah. Just like, you know, I I feel like in my head canon that the guy who narrates Forensic Files, you know, like he he lives in my head. You know what I'm
Rent
saying?
free
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean, you know, rest in peace to him. You
to
know.
a real one.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, you know, everyone in the chat, if you got a drink, pour one out for the homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a real one.
Chat, if you have any questions, by the way, for either of us, fire away. Also, welcome in, everyone. I see you. Don't
Yeah.
worry. We both see you.
Yeah, we got Gabe and Ozzy both in the chat.
Also, crazy and tasers. Okay, so
Ooh.
I want to talk more about this. Okay, so, but like
Yeah,
parasocial
yeah, yeah.
relationships, right?
Right, right.
They're so prevalent. Like, even like I would totally clown on like, like simps, right? Like people like people on the internet who
Oh yeah, we're going
throw
there, huh?
throw their money um
Ooh.
and time and shit like that for guys and girls, like also
Oh yeah.
guy to guy. I mean simp is just like, and that's like someone who's obsessed with an internet celebrity.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and so like I clown on parasocial relationships for sure, but and like I wouldn't say I'm uh speaking of sims, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a simp for a handful of people on the internet, but like
Uh-huh.
you can't help but have a parasocial relationship in a lot of ways. Like you can't help
Oh
but
yeah.
see them see them on your computer screen or your phone or your whatever, wherever you're watching them, and be like, oh yeah, like that's my buddy. Like he gets me.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
totally. I
weird.
mean, plus it's I think it's like an empathy piece, because like from my background as a counselor, like I feel like empathy is the thing that propels our species forward. It always has been,
Empathy.
and it's just like, yeah, empathy, just being able to feel like you can relate with someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for me, that's what I look for in entertainment. Is like, all right, can I see, like, are am I do I see myself as somewhat similar to this person? No matter how different we are. Like I tend to be, I can be a bit crass and blunt, and so I like watching, like comedy specials that are pretty, like rough, like Dave Chappelle's last one. And I'm just like, oh man, okay, this guy, yeah, he's got some controversial stuff to say, and at the same time he's saying it from a place of love. And that's, to me, that like that lines up with how I have been with people. It's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat things, and I'm going to give it to you exactly how I see it, even if that means we don't agree on it. Because I mean, in my professional life, that's what I had to do. That was literally my job. It's like, you don't like how the outcome of this assessment is going. Sorry, there's it's out of my hands at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Do you also feel like? I mean, I find it easier to relate to an internet celebrity, someone on YouTube, for example, as opposed to someone like a A-list celebrity, uh, who's doing blockbuster movies and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easier. It's easier to relate to someone who's just doing YouTube,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to like movies and TV and stuff. Like they're more like me.
Well, right, right, because it's like, I mean, like a streamer, right? They're
Right.
usually doing it out of like a bedroom or an office that looks like it could be a bedroom. You know, um, so like, I definitely see what you're saying there, um, and it does feel a lot more grounded. Like, oh yeah, this person knows probably knows what it's like to have to go to the store and buy their own groceries. Whereas, like Jack Black, yeah, he's on YouTube now too, but
Yeah, he
that's
was.
that's a
That was
very
that
different
was a
story.
terrible example.
Well, and that's what I'm saying
Jack
is
Black.
like,
Oh, you mean Jablinski Games?
oh, okay. Sorry, base god, please forgive me.
Dude, you know what I was jamming to yesterday?
Ooh, what were you jamming to?
Wonder Boy.
Ooh,
That song
yes.
gives me chills,
I mean,
and I also know
it's a
all the lyrics. Such a
dude.
beautiful song.
That's I knew I loved you for a reason. I just didn't know all the reasons yet. So that's definitely going up there on the
Yeah.
list of reasons to love Dino Fries. Knows every single word to Wonder Boy. Now, so have you listened to much of Tenacious D's other stuff?
I mean, I checked out their newer stuff, but I kind of just like those two albums, The Pick of Destiny
Yeah,
and the Beelzebub one,
yeah, Beelzebub. Oh my God.
Beelzebub.
Yeah, they got Dave Grohl to play the devil in the
Yeah.
movie. But
So
so the song that I wanted to ask you about was Tributes.
right,
Do you know what song they're talking about in Tributes?
they're actually referencing a specific song.
Yeah. Like, because I had wondered, for years, because I remember listening to it as a teenager, and not understanding how the internet worked, and not understanding that I could just look up anything. So a few years ago, I heard it, or no, I bought it on Rock Band, and then I was like, all right, I got to figure this out. Is this about something, like a real song? But yeah, so Jack Black, I believe, said in an interview that the song in the song that they play to defeat, the
Yeah,
demon,
yeah, yeah.
it is won by Metallica. Bow now now now, bow now now
So
now.
that's the greatest song they feel?
I guess so. I
Huh.
mean, you
I'm
know,
kind of let down by that. I thought the whole point of the song was that the song was a tribute. Not that like that's not the greatest song. It's a tribute to the greatest song. But what is that?
right.
But like no one actually knows what that greatest song is. But it
Hmm.
doesn't matter because this song is just a tribute.
Right, right. And
You
so
just ruined Tenacious D for me.
oh God, what Dino, what have I done? Mr. Fries, please forgive me.
Hi, Evie girl, Ozzy. Okay, I'm gonna answer Ozzy's question really quick
Yeah, yeah.
because they're talking about block terms.
Yeah, what are block
Here's a quick.
terms?
Okay, so Grand Wizard, I believe, is a KKK member.
Yeah, I'd like the highest ranking
Yeah,
one.
like a high ranking KKK member. Uh, why is Nate so dripped out? Cause I'm interviewing him to take over my channel.
Yeah, I told Mr. Fries here, because he was so gracious to have me here for this job interview. I'm so
You look
desperate
like my
to
dad.
impress. I look like your dad.
I don't know. Like I'm just like a 5 year old right now, and you're dressed in a suit.
Hey, Ozzy says I'm hired. So I mean, yeah, Ozzy. Okay, are you the hiring manager? Because I was under the impression that Mr. Fries here
Ozzy is
was the
not the
hiring
hiring
manager.
manager.
Oh man, I've
His
been
word is not
duped.
law. So I need you to do me a favor. Are you looking at chat right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you for the posture check. I need you to rate. I need you to rate to read Gabe's comment,
Okay. All right. Let me see here.
the long one.
Uh, one of the longer ones. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. What do you say if someone said he would let Emma Roberts give them a golden shower?
I need to
Uh,
clear my name. I need to clear my name here, Nate.
so
You
yeah, yeah. What?
you were the nastiest of all. Okay.
Right.
Have you
Right.
seen the video that went viral recently of the chick singer from a band peeing on the dude's face? You
Yeah, yeah.
saw that,
Wasn't
right?
that at like a NASCAR race of all
It
places?
was at I don't think it was a NASCAR race. I just think NASCAR owned the stadium or the venue. Yes. Chat, if you haven't seen this video, I highly recommend you look it up.
Oh my gosh.
It's quite it's a piece of history at this point for my life at least.
Oh, and we got tasers gifting
Oh
subs.
yes, please thank Tasers, Nate.
Yo,
That's your job.
tasers. Thank you for gifting those subs. You are an absolute legend. And I see that Shiny Eevee Girl got one of those. Oh, Shiny Eevee Girl is gonna love your emotes, Mr. Fries. I
Thank
know
you.
this for a fact.
Thanks, Tasers. But yes, this video, chat, go watch it if you haven't if you don't know what we're talking about. So first of all, thoughts on this video.
I mean, I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about, but I did not think we would be talking about, performers pissing on people. Um, well, so in general, like, gosh, where to even begin? As long as
Start
it's
somewhere.
consensual, yeah, I'll start with consent. How about that? Um, as long as it's consensual and nobody's getting hurt more than they want, um, then I say, to each their own. That's sort of my stance on it. Now, about it being in a public place, on the other hand,
Right.
that's a little different. If this was done at hedonism, okay, yeah, yeah, all bets are off there. But at a NASCAR venue, I mean, I'm
It
sure,
was just a concert.
yeah, and
I don't think there was a race. I think it was just like a concert. I think NASCAR just owned the
the
venue.
venue.
Yeah. I
Okay,
don't think it was a
gotcha,
race. I think they
gotcha,
just were performing there.
gotcha.
And you're right. It was definitely consensual between them two. The audience didn't really consent, but I
Right.
don't
Yeah,
know,
that
man.
that's
Part of me is like, that's just like rock and roll, baby. But the other part of me is like, if I like wasn't that into, like, if I was just there, like I don't know, just because like I don't know,
right.
I
Like your
somehow,
friend gave you some
yeah,
tickets or
like I wasn't
something.
that big of a fan, and I was like front row, and I got like smacked across the face with a handful of piss because homie like scooped it up and threw it at the audience too. Yeah,
Oh. Oh my gosh.
yeah. I don't know if I'd be down.
Yeah, I mean, so you bring up the interesting concept that I hadn't considered of, like collective consent.
Collective consent.
You know,
Well, also like
because I feel like that's important.
they always I feel like when people talk about because you ever see that there's always those videos that go around of people like a couple just doing their kink in public. And it's like, bruh,
Ugh. I can't say that I've seen that kind of thing.
you've never seen those videos?
No, no. I'm sure there's a subreddit for that, right?
Okay, I am not a member of this subreddit. These are just videos that like pop up on Twitter or Reddit,
So,
but like
okay,
Twitter,
so give me an example of because I have no point of
a
reference
lot of
for it,
urine. That's true.
right?
I just want to bring up as Taser's brought up in the chat. There, she had a lot.
Oh,
she had to pee a lot on that
like we're
dude.
talking full bursting at the seams kind of bladder action, right?
Yeah, so that needs to be brought up. But I don't know. I've seen like there was like videos of like it was like a New York City subway cart and like
Mhm.
homie is like handcuffed to the pole and his like girlfriend or wife or just maybe straight up he
Mm,
paid her
right.
and she's like whipping the fuck out of him
Oh.
on the subway cart
Oh. Oh.
like in the middle like people are like using that for commuting.
I yeah, I mean, because like there is definitely like I think that's a subset in kink, and I like that public
Hydro pump.
humiliation. Yeah, I saw that hydro pump. That's that's A1. Um, but yeah, especially for like a humiliation kink, I would wager
Right,
that making
right.
it public would just make it all the
Yeah,
nastier,
it
if
makes it
you
better.
will.
I'm not doubting that. These people are be having fun,
Oh yeah,
n-
for sure, for
n- n-
sure.
without a doubt. But
But what about the children who are on the bus
yeah,
or the train?
yeah, there was like right after lockdowns eased up in New York, there was like
Hmm.
a video going around of like I think it was two dudes, and like one of them was like walking around with the other dude like on a leash, just like in the subway station.
Huh.
How did we get to this? We're talking
I,
about
I,
public
I
kink,
yeah, public kinking. I
public kinking. No kink
this
shaming, but that shit whack.
but what if kink shaming is my kink? Hey, everybody out there remember Vine? Or Dino or Mr. Fries and I too old
Is that a
to
vine?
really I feel like that was a Vine.
I did
Like
not. This was a good segue because I didn't want to stay on that topic anymore. Yeah, I I've seen I don't know I had an ex once that was like
mhm.
obsessed with Vine even after it was long gone, and she would just
Oh
like
yeah.
watch Vine compilations and she would show me them, and
Mhm.
I didn't get it. I didn't laugh.
Really? Like
I
not
didn't
at
get it.
all? Huh. Wow, that's
There's
gotta say you're probably
there's like
the
a maybe
first person I've
five
heard say that.
I can name them all on one hand vines that I like. I like the it's Wednesday, my dudes. That's a good
Yeah.
vine. Um, that's the only one I can name.
Hey, I mean, it. I respect you. I still love you, Mr. Fries. That
Let me
that is
have
a
it.
unique perspective.
Let me have it.
I, you know, well, because and I'll be real, I didn't even like Vine didn't get on my radar until it was already dead. So like, and it was just that a buddy of mine pulled up a compilation on YouTube, and at first I was where at your position where I'm like, okay, this is weird, and incidentally, that's this same process is what happened with me, like as far as like TikTok goes, because like I approached it from like the point of like, okay, so yeah, this is for kids,
I mean,
right?
Vine
It,
essentially birthed TikTok
oh yeah, yeah. Um,
or helped. They definitely took elements from it.
oh for sure. Well, because like I remember like before TikTok became this thing that like everybody was using, I would see YouTube compilations that were titled like TikToks that have Vine energy,
Right.
and I'm
That's
like,
exactly what. Yep. That's it. That's what I remember from like those compilations. Like they always had like some like weird like, oh like vines that have like something energy, yeah, or like vines that'll make you blah blah blah. They were always titled like that. And yeah, as Tasers mentioned, yeah, I remember Josh Peck had a vine. Yeah,
I didn't even know
Josh
that.
Peck got weird after Drake and Josh. I mean, Drake got fucking
Yeah,
Drake.
yeah, yeah. Can we go there? Can we go there? Because like,
I
man,
mean,
talk about a strange story.
all
Like,
of
because he started like he didn't he change his name and start making music like only in Spanish or something?
yes, his name. Oh my God, Tasers loves this fucking fact. He changed his name to Drake Campagna. Yes,
Okay,
you heard that right.
okay,
Yeah, Drake in Brazil. Yeah, he moved to Brazil and changed his
huh?
name to Drake Campagna and became like a little celebrity over there after Drake and Josh.
Oh, oh, what the? And I don't know how this comes across, but I mean like, because I don't know, like I remember watching Drake and Josh, and I feel like he's like white as white sliced bread. Like
He's
is there some appropriation going on there, or,
oh
or am I unaware of something?
changing his name to Drake Campagna. He does. I think he does speak fluent Spanish.
Okay, okay. I mean, he'd have to if he's singing in it, right?
I don't know. I mean, I can't even comment because I'm not Spanish or Hispanic, but
Right, right.
I don't know if is that cultural appropriation if you change your name to to Drake Campagna. I don't know. I think we let that slide just in terms of the fact that he got outed as a diddler.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I think we weren't paying attention to that. It's
Right.
spherical.
Spherical,
It's
lyrical
spherical.
miracle.
Remember that the game sphere,
No. Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
game
The game
sphere.
sphere, dude.
Anyone
Yes.
remember Thomas Sanders from Vine? No. Do you, Nate?
Uh, I never knew any of the people's names. I remember that there would be a few of the vines that I'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, I like that one. Like the little girl who's like she's walking up to this field of like geese or whatever, and she's like, look at all those chickens, you know. Um, but yeah, no, I didn't remember any of their names.
Wait, Dino, I didn't know you had a girlfriend in the past. Now you know. I'm coming out to you today, chat, and Nate as a non-virgin.
A non-virgin. Oh my gosh.
I have had sex one time.
What? Oh my god. Alert the press. Oh my god. Oh, and we got my buddy Cracklin Oats in the chat saying
Brazil is not Spanish speaking; they speak Portuguese.
that is true. That is like I think Portuguese is the primary language there.
We're ignorant and
I
stupid.
Yeah, I mean I own that all the time. I mean, one of my favorite commands, and Shiny Eevee Girl can attest to this. One of my favorite commands in my chat is the exclamation point head. It just spawns this comment that says head empty, no thoughts. I will live and die by that on this platform. You know, and
Yeah.
I feel like people can relate to that. You
Wait, so
know,
they speak Portuguese in Brazil? Huh. I thought he. I mean, Tazers is right. I think he. Okay, whatever. He speaks fluent Portuguese, I guess, probably. You speak Latin?
oh God. See, this is a thing that Cracklin Oates does is he likes to generate fun facts and quotations allegedly about or by me that I would never say or never do. Let me see what was the other part of it. It speaks Latin but has an AI program. Yep. See that's classic Cracklin Oates. He'll also tell you that my camera is actually a microscope because my height only reaches up to the top of my wife's big toe.
How tall are you?
You know, I'm 5'7".
Me too.
Oh, hey, cool.
Yo, average size
Yeah.
kings.
Yes, yes.
Brazil was a
King.
colony of Portugal. What do you want me to say? I'm stupid. Geography, like, no, I probably should have known that. My bad, chat. But now I
Hey,
know.
well, and that's the thing is like, you know, we, I think it's a good thing to be able to say like, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I think that's one of the most important things that we can do as Twitch streamers because like the one that shows humility. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's something that I very much want to promote is just like, hey, I'm not going to pretend to have all the answers. I think that's why community is so important. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And in a way, you teach me and I'll teach you.
Exactly. Because like oh goodness, what's
Okay,
late
so
2021?
uh, why don't you tell me about how you got into streaming and like why you do it?
Yeah, yeah. So I got into streaming just out of just out of boredom, because I had left my job as an addictions counselor to give like emotional support to my wife because we she had decided that she was going to do digital art full time. And so, I've always woken up earlier than her, and I was just kind of hanging out on Twitch, a lot. And so I was just sitting at my computer, and I just decided, like, all right, well, instead of just playing, Marvel Strike Force by myself, I'm gonna
What
stream
the
it on
fuck is
Twitch.
Marvel Strike Force?
Oh man, all right, yeah, it's a mobile game, but you can play it on your
That's
computer
where
with
you lose me.
joysticks. See,
That's
see,
where you
I
that's where
was
you lose
afraid of
me.
that. I was afraid of that. Um,
Forget I
um,
asked.
oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna get this job, Chet. But yeah, so I just decided I was gonna go live, just for yucks.
For yucks.
Um, and
What's a
then
yuck?
when I say or hear someone say just for the yucks, I just think it's like just because.
The yucks?
Um,
You mean like
yeah, yeah,
you mean
you've
like
never
you mean
heard
like
that?
shits and giggles?
Yeah, yeah, like shits and giggles.
The yucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Just do it for like you know when they say like do it for the vine, do it for the
Yeah, do it for the
yucks.
gram. Do it for the yucks.
Do it for the
Yeah,
yucks.
exactly.
All
Do
right,
it for the yucks. Um,
continue.
and and I realized, because I started interacting, like someone came in and just started chatting me up. Shouts out to Otterly Curious. Um, you know, and that made me realize, like, oh yeah, I really like this because I mean, I was good as a counselor in like facilitating like group therapy. And to me, like a really solid Twitch chat operates in a lot of the same ways. And so the more that I realized that I just liked, broadcasting, I I started to develop this mission of like, all right, I want to provide overt entertainment and covertly, provide comfort and reassurance to people who might, need it or want it. And so that's to me what like makes me want to keep doing it, is knowing that like, somebody could be having a bad day, and they can come into my chat, and whether they talk or not, they're there because, something about my presentation, or, the chat, or even the game, gives them some solace,
What made
you
you
know.
pursue counseling as a career?
So that came from so it's a story of extremes. I'll
Okay.
start with that, because in my undergrad, I studied English literature and creative writing, and I wanted to be.
Uh,
What's that? What's that? Ah.
cause I've been there. Getting a degree in English literature or creative writing is like
hmm
it's like a low it's like a whole lot of hoopla.
Yep, yep. If I could go back in time, yeah, I would definitely be like, hey man, there's a lot of good STEM fields out there.
Chad says you write some great fanfics though.
I try. I try. Mostly about giant women. What can I say?
Sorry,
No, no, no. It's a joke.
like from
Um,
Steven Universe.
I mean, it's funny that you go there, because that. Anyway, we're getting off track here.
Okay, you went to college
Yeah, yeah. So
for
I got
English
my
literature and creative writing.
right. I wanted to be a professor of literature,
Uh huh.
and I had this mentor figure, while I was in undergrad, and the last, like year and a half of my program, like I had idolized this guy, looked up to him, like a father figure, and in my mind, he was the smartest, guy I had ever met, and he was exactly what I wanted to be, as far as a professional. And then I watched him. He was on a contract with the school, and that contract lapsed, and so he was jobless for the next year and a half. Putting out like 10 applications plus, a week to different universities, and just not being able to land another job. And like I said, this was the smartest guy I had ever met, and he couldn't get work. And so that got me to thinking, like, okay, what is it about being a professor that I really that really gets me interested here? And for me, it was that mentoring, aspect, that develop relationships and help mold young minds. And so I thought, well, I can pivot that into counseling, like, because that's all about building relationships and helping people, develop personally, professionally, all sorts of different things.
Right.
And to counteract the whole, like, oh, there's so many people with, English PhDs and not enough jobs. Well, I mean, hey, there's there's an ever rising demand for mental health clinicians. And so, that was my answer to practicality, is like, well, there's always going to be a demand for it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's how I made that transition to, working in mental health.
So, do you? So you're trained as a counselor. So when
Right.
people ask you advice in a not like outside of sessions,
hmm
when people ask you for advice, do you like give them like textbook advice? Like do you play therapist or do you have to like separate?
So that's one of the things that, and I don't know if I'm going to be labeled as like that guy who's like, well, actually, therapy is, this, because in my mind, if you're going to a therapist and all they're doing is offering you advice, they're not doing it right. Because like in my mind, a therapist is somebody who doesn't hand people answers. It's sort of like that philosophy of teach someone to fish. You know what I'm saying? Like a therapist is supposed to be able to help people figure things out for themselves.
Right.
By asking like reflection questions and things like that. So what I usually do when someone asks me for advice, is I'll say something really simple and innocuous like, "Oh yeah, so it sounds like this issue is really important to you. Tell me more about that." That those are magical words. Tell me more about that. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes I will just give people advice, but it's usually when it's something like technical or based on like my experience. Like, if a streamer that's smaller than me comes into to my stream or whatever, and they're like, what advice do you have for growth? I'll say, well, I know what has helped me, and it's XYZ, but that's usually about it. Now, if I see or get the sense that someone is in a toxic kind of like dynamic, then I do get more directive, because like that's the continuum that you work within in counseling. It's like direction and being directive and sort of being like a follower. It's sort of like dancing, if that makes any sense. You know?
Sure. So, I mean, have you gone to therapy yourself?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's like for me, that was one of the most important like components of becoming a therapist is experiencing it for myself,
Right.
because I mean I needed it. you
Yeah.
know
Everyone
um
needs it. Chat. You hear me?
mhm. Yeah. Well,
Therapy is only positive.
and it's not a this luxury. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like some people look at it as like, oh yeah, therapy's this luxury, for rich people who want to complain about their bidet not completely wiping their own ass. You know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
side note, have you ever used a bidet?
I haven't. I mean, it. Would you recommend?
Have I
The
ever
look
used
on
a bidet? My friend, Tasers, Tasers' parents, I think have one. I think I tried it once. I
Okay.
uh I uh I think it's a good investment.
All right. I'll
And
have to.
nobody
I'll have
nobody
to
wants
note.
nobody wants a dirty asshole.
Yeah. So, all right. So, chat. If anyone in chat has used a bidet, let us know.
One's in chat if you've used a bidet. But yeah, okay, yeah, you're saying that. Well, I don't know. Is therapy widely accessible today?
It's becoming more accessible. Um, One of the things that continues to pop up is that there's this idea, and I don't know if it's just something that counselor educators, use to like, I don't know, but there is a stigma, that like I know when I've told some people who aren't versed in that world, like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm going to therapy, and they're like, well, what's wrong?
Right, right,
you
yeah.
know
That
and
that's
it's
that's a
like
good point.
that's
Not you're saying like nothing has to be. If something's wrong, then you should go to therapy, but
right,
you don't necessarily have to have something wrong to go to therapy. You could just go to
right,
uh
go for self-discovery.
yeah, or like making sure that you're on the right track, like mentally, or like it's like going
Hmm.
for like even like going like you know how you go to like the physician to get a checkup, even though nothing's
Hmm.
wrong with you, you just go for a checkup. Like go like
Yep.
you could go to therapy for a checkup, a vibe check, if you will.
Yeah. Exactly. And I very much like that analog because it you know we go to the we in an ideal world, I guess we go to the doctor every year for that checkup, just to make sure that everything's all right. But it doesn't. We don't seem to get that same promotion for our mental health, and I mean that could be problematic because it's like if we leave that unchecked for too long, it can manifest into pathology. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if we because we can catch some things, early and do like preventative things. Like if bipolar runs, really hard in your family, like it runs down both sides of my family, like there are things that I have to do, to make sure that I don't go down that same path, as far as like, all right, things that I do for my mental wellness. Oh man, yep, Cracklin Oats is trying to waterboard us here.
I forgot to disable channel points. I usually do. Thanks. Also, do me a favor and thank Cracklin Oats for that gifted sub.
Yo, Cracklin Oats, thanks for that gifted sub. You are an absolute legend, and you know it. um,
But yeah,
but
I totally agree. I wish it was like you know like do you know there's apps now and like websites that you can go to for like therapy?
oh yeah, yeah, like
Am I am I
Talkspace.
weird? Am I weird to not trust that?
No, not at all. Not because, I mean, so and I'm not trying to sound negative about like web-based counseling or anything like that. It works for some people.
Right.
um my experience of it was very different. Like I didn't, as the counselor, like conducting it, because like I was working at the addiction recovery center when we went into lockdown the first time, right? And so we had to make that transition from in-person group therapy, which I believe is transformative. I feel like everybody should experience group therapy at some point. Because I feel like if everyone did and they were genuine, like I feel like our world would be a better place. Anyway, so we had to transition from doing these in-person group counseling sessions to on Zoom. And I don't know if it's just specifically for addiction recovery groups, but man, it's like I could smell bullshit on the screen, you know.
From the patient?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, cuz like in addiction recovery programs, I mean, few people, maybe not few, but like I'd say under 35-40% of people actually want to be there. Most of them are
Right.
like
I know what
court
you're saying.
court
Yeah,
ordered,
yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so it became like this game of like, all right, how can I skate by,
Right.
you know
It's like you're in school
um
again.
exactly. And it's like, oh man, I really had to question, like, you know all right, the company is pocketing, like, because once the company saw that people were attending sessions virtually more than they were in person, and it was a for-profit company, they're like, I mean, we're getting a lot more insurance payments, and I mean, we might stick with this. And for me, I didn't feel the same therapeutic value, especially for like a group session.
Right.
Um I didn't have, because like that was the main thing we did, was like what we called intensive outpatient groups, where it would be 4 days a week. We do 3 hours of group, so that's like 12 hours a week. um and I don't know, man, it felt like it was easier to bullshit. Plus, accountability is very important in addiction recovery, and like without being able to drug test or alcohol test any people, it's like, we take a 10-minute break every hour. It's like I have no idea what they're doing when they turn their camera off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do me a quick favor.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank Cracklin Oats for another gifted sub.
Yo, Cracklin Oats out here gifting more subs. This one went to Gabe. Oh yeah. Yo, thank you, Cracklin Oats. You the best. You the best. Who should I sniff next? That kind of stuff.
Okay,
But
let's get off that heavy ass topic for a bit here.
yeah, I sorry if I made things weird, chat.
So Nate, you're married, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yo, what's marriage like? I'm single.
Man, I honestly like it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Bitch.
Um bitch. So because I was the kind of person that for the longest time I kind of just consigned myself to, I'm just gonna be alone my
Uh-huh.
whole life. I felt like I was unlovable, you know. Like I remember at one point because I had crushed on girls, all through high school and through undergrad and like most of my life and gotten nowhere. And I was just like, maybe I'm just, you know, not gonna be with anyone. And I remember looking up like because there was this thing that you could text back when I was in high school. I think it was I don't remember what it was called, but you could text this thing a question and it would send you an answer. I
Oh, I
remember
remember those.
yeah, right. I
Yeah, no, I remember
remember
those.
I remember texting it like, "Am I going to be alone for the rest of my life?"
Will I die alone?
That's exactly what I sent it, and
In
and
a
it
high
sent me
school.
back. It sent me back statistics about how many people don't get married,
Okay,
and I
tell me.
looked at that and I was like,
Do you remember what they were?
I think it was like 20% or something, and I'm like, well, shit, if it's
Wait,
one out of
twenty
five,
percent like die unmarried?
well, I just like that they never marry.
20% never married.
That's what I remember.
That's
Um,
that seems like a that like I can get behind that.
right, and so I'm thinking, well, shit, I could be that one in five. All right, well, if
That
that's what
that
it's
is,
gonna
that is
be,
essentially 1 in 5. You're right. That's like
you
if you had
know,
a group of friends and 5 guys, and it's like one of us gonna die alone.
exactly.
Okay, but
Uh,
it worked
eh,
out for you, huh?
well, and I want to be the person that tells people that you might find love in like love in the place you least suspect it. Because like I won't pretend to be anything other than what I am. I've always been a horn dog. So I was on Tinder, trolling for puss as I do.
Rolling for puss.
Yeah, yeah, rolling, trolling,
Rolling and
scrolling,
trolling.
all that,
Rolling,
all of
trolling,
it.
scrolling for puss.
Yeah. So um I came across this girl and I was like, she's cute. And then I swiped over to the next picture and she had a pink wig. And I'm like, oh my God, she's really cute. And, we just started chatting. And, the story gets weirder, I promise. Um, we started chatting, and about a month or so, a month and a half later, she's like, I have a serious question to ask you. And I'm like, oh God, is she bored with me? Is that where this is going?
I would probably think the same thing, bro. I do that shit all the time. Like if whenever someone like wants to talk or like stuff
Oh
like that, it's
God.
like that's it.
Yeah, can we
That's
can we
it.
talk question
It's
mark and
over.
just, send? It's like, oh yeah, that's the death knell. Um but no, what she said next was it definitely hit me. It hit different cuz she said well, I've got a boyfriend and he wants to be cucked. And no, so this was literally what she said. She was like, my boyfriend wants to be cucked and I want it to be with you. And she's like, how do you feel about that? And me, I'm like, my first question was, wait, what does cuck mean? I mean, like, I knew it from, like, reading Shakespeare in undergrad, but that was a little different. Shakespeare wasn't talking about kinking, you know. And so, she's like, yeah, no, it's a power thing, and I'm like, all right, whatever, as long as I get to, do the deed. I sure, sure.
Go on.
Um, but yeah, so we went on our first date at a hibachi and sushi place in the town where we live now. And I just felt that immediate electricity with her. you know just like, she was the it was the easiest conversation that I had ever been a part of. And I almost forgot, what we were there to do, like, or we weren't going to fuck at the restaurant, mind you. But, like, she prefaced it by saying, yeah, so I'm going to be texting him the whole time, just letting him know that I'm having a good time with you. Um, and so, I was like, we finished our meal, and I'm like, all right, you want to go back to my place and meet the ferrets, which was and wasn't a euphemism.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, yeah, I've had ferrets since I was 19. They're great little rascals. Um, but yeah, so I'm like, you want to come back to my place and meet the ferrets? And that's when she looks down at her phone and she's like, oh, he already finished, and he's telling me that I have to go home now. Um, and so that was our first date, right? And from there, oh, she's getting into some chips now. Oh my gosh, yeah, she's in the room with me, by the way. um yep, that cackle that you just heard, that's my lovely wife, cheeky slash crafty slash cutie pie Caroline. She's my whole world.
Hello.
But but yeah, so we went on a second date, and it was at that point, because I tried to be respectful of the already existing relationship, because it's like, I don't know this guy, I'm fucking his girlfriend, but I don't know this guy. um
But you
and
weren't at that point.
well, after the second date,
Okay.
yeah.
Slow down. What happened the second date?
I mean, we go to another sushi place. um she must have thought, like, oh yeah, sushi, that's an aphrodisiac of some sort or something, because that was like her thing. um but yeah, so we went there, and then, because she didn't get to meet the ferrets the first time, and she was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to meet the
Dude, the
ferrets, and I'm
ferrets
like,
is definitely a euphemism for your cock.
oh, it's yeah, it's absolutely a euphemism for my cock. Make no mistake. I mean, that's why I go by the name Nasty Nate. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you've probably only seen the nice side of me, the nice side of Nasty Nate until tonight. But yeah, so
I'm invested in the story. Keep going.
oh, wait, I'm being interrupted so I can get slash give a hug and kiss. Come on, baby. Purely transactional. Oh, I love
Aw.
you, baby. Oh, but yeah. So we keep talking, and it's like, I feel us, like, almost like a magnetism. Like, just both of us leaning into each other more and more. As the dinner went on, and then I'm like, yeah, did your boyfriend come already, or can you come over and meet the ferrets? And so, we went back to my place. We turned on some Futurama, of all things, and I just remember that the moment that solidified to me, like, oh, the shit, this might become something real, is and it's real cliche, like out of a horrible, romance movie. I did the move where you brush the hair, behind the ear. Oh man. And she lost it. And yeah, so that's that, so on and so forth. Whoop de woo, as the youth might say. um you know yeah, she met the ferrets that night.
Very
Um,
nice. Very nice.
and and then after that, she got quiet on me for about a week. And and so I messaged her something like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "I've," because her boyfriend was in New York, and she was like, "I've I've got a trip scheduled. I've had a trip scheduled to go up there for months now, and I feel like I kind of have to go, but I like you a lot." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, hey, I'll still be here. I'll be here, and I'll, you do you. You figure out what you want,
Yeah.
and I'll be here waiting for you." Um, because like it was at that point that I was starting to get vibes that it was a very toxic relationship. Because it was just
I
like
feel
little
like
things.
those arrangements typically end up toxic.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it because it's about that power and control, right? It's like, oh yeah, you're only doing this because I'm letting you, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I remember, I I remember thinking like the moment that I realized like, oh yeah, it's bad, is when she left for New York. Her mom, who I hadn't met, her mom messaged, like, found me on Facebook and messaged me and said, "Please don't give up on my daughter,
Aw.
please." Like, she'll come back, and when she does, please don't give up on her. And that's when I was like, "Oh my gosh." Oh, but real quick, I see Ozzy's asking about the ferrets. So at that point, I think I had four ferrets. We currently have four ferrets too. They're different ones. But at that time, I had Babar, Rufus, Iggy, and Goku. Those were the ferrets I had at that time.
Okay, but
Hold up. Oh, and Theo. Yeah, Thiesel Weasel. Oh yeah, I got Iggy after we got together. Okay,
okay,
that's
but Nate, I think what Ozzy was really asking was, "What's your cock's
it.
name?"
Oh, oh, oh gosh. I'll be real. I've never named my cock.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not that kind of guy. I mean, I have to ask you now. Like, what have you named your cock? I don't know. Like, you, it's a I'll show you mine if you show me yours kind of thing, right?
Well, you've never named yours, so I don't get anything out of this transaction.
Well, that's not my fault. Oh, but yeah. So
Mine's name is Ozzy.
yeah, and you beat that thing
Sh-
like it owes you money, don't you?
short for Oswald.
Osmo. Oh, but
Continue your story.
but yeah. So she goes to New York, and I don't hear from her for a little while. It was maybe about a week after she had come back, or maybe it wasn't a week, maybe like 4 days or so. She reached out to me, and she told me that she had mono, and I realized because I knew I was a carrier for mono, but not like I hate to say this, but I knew that I passed mono on to her and to dickhead. Um, and so I'm like, oh well, if you need any company, I've never been symptomatic for mono. And so I remember I had a stuffed monkey that I called
Is
Hanuman.
this another euphemism?
I yeah, I mean, I don't know. Prehensile. I mean, if I could pick stuff up with my cock, I don't think we'd be having this conversation on this platform. I feel like we'd, anyway.
Take it over to
Uh,
OnlyFans.
exactly. But so I go over to her place and take her the monkey, and I say, "This is Hanuman." And the name Hanuman is
Wait, I know Hanuman. What's that from?
Hinduism and Buddhism. He's a monkey god of war.
Right, right.
Um, and I was like, Hanuman will give you strength. hold on to him until you feel better, and then the next time you see me, you can bring him back. And
Cute. Good
it
move.
see
Smooth.
it that's about the only time I've ever been smooth in my life.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so she held on to him, and we got back to talking, regularly, and you know, uh, she did eventually. Well, she wanted to go on another date, and hey, Cracklin Oats, I see you gifting another sub.
Thank
Thank you
that
for
man.
gifting that sub
Thank that man.
to Chungus Man 2011.
Welcome, Chungus.
But
Thank you,
yeah,
Cracklin. Appreciate that.
so from that point on, it was more just like, me trying to figure out, like, or her trying to figure out how to end it with that guy, because she had fallen into the trap with him of, like, when she had tried to end things before, he would threaten to commit suicide.
Oh, yep. Yep.
And she's got such a like such a big heart
Yep.
that even though it was an empty threat, because he was just a piece of shit, just leveraging, her care, like, yeah. But
I've been
so
there. Like, I've been there. I've
hey.
been in a relationship before where I was afraid to
Mm-hmm.
end things because I was afraid that she would like hurt herself.
Same, my ex before Caroline, like, that, I had tried to break it off several times, and inevitably, when, after I would try to break things off and be like, we're done, 2 days later, she's like, I haven't slept or eaten anything. I don't know how I can live without you. I'm just afraid,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh man. But yeah, so oh yeah, Chungus is
He wants
asking
context,
for
bro.
context.
It's too late for context now. He's Nate's telling the story about how he and his wife uh, got together,
Yeah.
and now
Long story short, Chungus.
he's rounding up.
Yeah, long story short, I met her on Tinder.
There's
and
no long
for
story short here.
yeah, TLDR.
She was in
um,
an abusive relationship,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
and so you're at the point where watch the VOD. Yeah, just watch the fucking VOD.
Oh,
She's in. Okay, so what happens next?
yeah. So we spend some more time together, and at this point, she's like, she had told me, like, yeah, I think we're still gonna be together. And so we went on another date, and I remember asking her when we got to because we went to a barcade, and I remember asking her, like, "Oh, hey, is this all right? With your guy?" And she's just like, "I didn't tell him," you know. And after that, it was like a week later, she told me, like, "All right, I've done it." Um, and then, pretty much
She
from,
like broke it off with him.
yep, she broke it off with him, and from that point on, it was just the two of us,
That
and
that is
you know,
honestly weirdly adorable.
I
Like
appreciate
it's like 90% adorable, only like 10% weird.
that. I like that ratio there. I feel like that's pretty accurate.
And Ozzy's right. That's a fucking movie right there. That's like that feels like a modern romance. It really does.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
got all the it ticks all the boxes.
right? It,
Now
it
it's
hits all
wholesome.
the plot points, and
Yeah.
all the character requirements.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
I didn't expect that story. I'm very blown away. That was a good
Well,
story.
I appreciate that. Keep the tie on, Nate. All right, Crackle Notes. I'll keep the tie on, but I am gonna get out of this because I told Dino I would try to look a little more casual as the pod went on. Can I call it the pod? Because that's what the
It's a
boys.
pod.
It's a pod. Okay, so you know, I I, I told him I'd dress down a little bit during a pod.
Yes. Um so do you have any
Nasty relations.
chat, do you have any questions for us? Do you have any questions for me, Nate?
Yeah, I've actually got quite a few questions for you. Um,
Dipod.
all right, so gosh, I don't even know what
I should
to
put the tie
start
on
with.
now.
Yeah, hey, I mean,
I'm the one getting interviewed.
I'll hand
Here,
it to
hand
you.
it to the screen.
Yeah, yeah, here you go. So
Oh man, if I had a tie, I don't actually have a tie. I don't have a tie. Ever since I started working remote, I've gotten just like all my fancy stuff is like at my parents' house. Like I don't need it anymore.
I mean, more power to you for not needing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, you want to hear a
but
funny story before you ask me that question?
please do.
I used to have to get dressed up, like business casual for one of my old jobs,
Hmm.
and I would wear so business casual. I thought meant jeans,
Oh.
but I guess not. But like they weren't like jeans; they were like chinos,
Okay, okay. So like,
but they were really tight because I wear really tight pants. That's
hmm.
who I am. They were really tight, and my boss called me into her office and told me to stop wearing leggings to work. Yeah, she was like, stop, she like made it like a big deal out of it. She was like, you're embarrassing the office.
You're embarrassing the
Stop wearing
office.
leggings to work. And I was like, they're not,
Dang.
they're not leggings.
Yeah, they're
They're
not leggings.
pants, bro. They're literally chinos. Yeah.
That that is amazing. Yes, Mr. Fries, I'm gonna have to ask you to refrain from wearing leggings in the office,
Yep.
please.
But also, okay, go ahead. But also, you should change your name to Nasty Chad because that was big alpha energy.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. And I just want to highlight what Cracklin Oates said here. He said Nate should have a shirt. "Quote: I cucked a guy and all I got was this woman." End quote. Jeez, I like that. But yeah, so Mr. Fries, my first question for you is if you could eat only one food or one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wait, one food so like pasta is an answer?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't put anything on it
Well, I mean, oh, that's actually a good question. Hmm.
because
I
like
don't know, chat. Where do we draw the line? Because I'm inclined to think, if you say pasta, that could include, like spaghetti with like a red sauce
yeah,
or
because
like,
like pasta would be
Alfredo.
anything. I could put meat, I could put fish, I could put veggies, all these different sauces.
Yeah, I like the massive quantity that's available with that answer.
I would
You
just choose
know.
pasta. I feel like I
Okay.
could survive off pasta for the rest of my life. What
I
would you
mean, yeah,
what would you
carbo load.
choose?
If my guts could, survive it, I'd probably, stick with Indian food. Like, because, and if I had to pick just one, type, like one specific dish, I'd probably go with like, a vindaloo. Like that
I don't
like
even know what that is.
red sauce. Oh man, like goat vindaloo. It's so hot.
I gotta try more Indian food. I've anytime I've gotten Indian food, I've always just gotten the like what's that like classic dish that people usually get?
Chicken tikka masala.
Yeah,
Oh man, and it's classic for a reason. I
it's
mean
good.
that's definitely one of the goats. Um, Korma is also really good, like a good chicken korma. Oh my gosh, you do yourself a favor if you're not into spicy, then korma's the way to go because
Korma.
it's pretty. Yeah, Korma.
Okay.
It's pretty mild. And what I like about it is the better restaurants that I've gotten it from, they'll put like almond slices into it,
Oh, now
so it's
now you lost me.
ow hell.
Now you lost me.
Um, okay, but yeah, so we got pasta, and I'd go with probably like a vindaloo or something like that. Um, this next one might be a little different. So I want to know what what TV or movie character would you most want to party with and why?
Whoa. What TV or movie character would I most want to party with? I think I would say Jake the dog.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. Let's explore that.
He seems like
Like
a really
unpack that.
he just seems like a really fun time and also like a bro. Like we probably will get into some shit, but like he'll I know like I'm like safe with him by my side.
Ah, yeah, I like that.
Also DB and ooh, which is sick.
Ooh. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that part. Like that would be pretty sick. Like I mean just to be there, you could go see Princess Bubblegum or oh crap.
Marceline.
Marceline. Oh man, Marceline. Whew. All right, no chat. You're horny, not me. Anyway, nah, nah.
It's a shame that she's I don't know if she's gay or bi.
Okay.
I don't. One of them's gay and one of them's bi. PB and Marceline. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know which is which.
Gotcha.
I think
Gotcha.
Marceline's gay actually. I think
Oh
Marceline's
yeah,
bi.
Cracklin Oats is saying
I thought Princess Bubblegum.
Marcy.
I thought Princess Bubblegum was bi, but Marceline. Oh, because Marceline used to date. Yeah, he's right.
Okay.
You're good. You're in.
Gotcha. I mean so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. Marceline had a boyfriend before, but so did Princess Bubblegum.
I mean, sometimes some everyone's journey looks different, right?
Princess
You know.
Bubblegum had a boyfriend before too, so this doesn't add up. But I do know that one's gay and one's bi. So, but whatever. What would you choose?
So I've got two. One, I would want to party with Tom Haverford from Parks and Rec. You know,
Oh, I thought
the
we
guy
were.
who played.
I thought this was like a cartoon only thing. We're talking like fictional characters.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're talking cartoons, I want to party with Bender from Futurama. Like, I mean, and
Yeah.
that could be dangerous. I know that that could be dangerous, but hey, I mean, I've gone skydiving before. I kind of like a little bit of danger in my life.
Right.
But yeah, definitely Bender.
That's a good choice.
Just because, like, hey, when you start the evening, you're not gonna remember it after a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen Futurama before. I've never watched it on my own, so like I know nothing about it, but I know there's like a very small emo band called Panucci's Pizza, and they're sick, and that's like my only ties to Futurama because I like that band.
I mean that's a great name for a band, by the way. Okay, but yeah, highly. Excuse
Vector.
me. Sorry.
Why would you hang out with Vector from Despicable Me? You're crazy, Chungus.
Yeah.
Isn't Vector like the asshole, dude?
And I see someone saying something about Mr. Krabs and Larry the Lobster.
Mr. Krabs. Okay, Larry the Lobster would be fun.
Oh yeah, I mean he'd be the life of the party. So I mean, it'd be lit as soon as Larry steps in. He's the one that's like, "Hey, it's you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also like if you're hanging out with Larry, you're probably not gonna be do so well with the ladies because they would flock to Larry.
I mean, if we follow game theory, the odds are stacked in such a way that I mean, Larry can't pull all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like he might pull him into the pipeline, so to speak. But I mean, he can't fuck everyone.
I think he
So they're
can. I think he can. I
damn.
think lobsters have a very high libido.
Yeah, they're very virile.
I have a question from chat.
Oh yeah.
Why do you blow up mechs named after your wife?
Hmm. Yeah, that's Crackling Oats, right? Yeah. So Crackling Oats and I have played Mech Warriors 5, I think is what it's called. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You're piloting a big robot, basically. And so
Gundam.
I was, yeah, exact, sort of like a Gundam. And Cracklin Oates had taken the liberty of naming one after my wife. It was supposed to be the strongest one in the game, and he's like, "All right, you can pilot this." And every time when it's named Caroline, I blow up the mech's right arm, like without fail. And that's like the minimum damage that occurs is that the right arm just gets completely blown off. At worst, the whole thing goes to shit, and it costs him like $14 million in game, which is no small beans. Um,
You ever watch Gurren Lagann?
no, what's so? What is that? Is that a person?
It's just a Gundam anime.
Oh, I remember as a kid watching. I think it was the original Gundam anime. Like,
Neon and Neon Neon Evangelists. What's it called?
I would see you.
That's
You
the
clearly
original
are
one.
are more versed than I am.
That's
I,
the
I just
original
remember.
gun. That's the original Gundam anime, I believe. That's like the
Gotcha.
popular one.
Like the and I don't know how common it is in them. I just remember that it was hype as fuck when the guy was like in the suit and he cried and then the Gundam went Super Saiyan. Because by that point I had already been exposed to Dragon Ball Z, and so I'm like, all right, okay, it's going golden. So yeah, that robot's going Super Saiyan. That's pretty cool. Because of the power of friendship? Question mark?
Of
Or
course, or love.
yeah, yeah.
It's always that. Okay, it's called Evangelion. Neon
Okay.
Evangelion. Jelly. I think that's how you say it. I don't know.
Yeah, Evangelia. Yeah, I got
Ev-
I got nothing.
Apparently, okay, go. Okay, chat. I'm with you. I
Evangelion?
thought it was crackling goats, but apparently it's crackling oats.
Oh, he
But
goes by both.
okay, go both. Apparently, it's horrible and highly overrated.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. All right. What's your next question?
Okay, so this one you might think this question's a little weird. So, what Pokemon
Nope.
would you want to be, and what Pokemon are you actually? Like what would you
I thought
aspire
you
to
were gonna be
be?
like,
And
what Pokemon would you fuck?
oh God, no, no, I don't go there.
That was that weird. What Pokemon would you want to be, and what Pokemon would are you actually?
Yeah, yeah,
That's not
sort of like
weird.
okay.
Do you know the Do you know the Vaporeon copy pasta?
I am not familiar with the Vaporeon copy pasta. I'm looking at my what? Yep, she was giving me that look. She okay. There was a knowing glance from my
She
wife.
probably knows.
Yep, babe. Do you know the Vaporeon copy pasta? She's just silently like, yep.
Yep. Somebody put it in chat. Somebody put the Vaporeon copy pasta in chat. But anyways, um, what Pokemon would I want to be? Can I be a legendary?
You can be whatever you want. This is your stream,
Bro,
Mister
then
Fries.
I would be Arceus.
Ooh.
But the
Okay.
Pokemon that I actually am, probably, uh, huh, probably like, I don't know, man, Trubbish.
Trump. You're not even the evolved form.
I'm not even Garbodor.
You're baby garbage. I don't know. Chat. What do y'all think? What Pokemon would Dino actually be? I mean, I'm cool with him being Arceus. That sounds dope as fuck.
I mean, if you're gonna if you're gonna pick a Pokemon, You pick God
I mean, yeah, that
or
that is a
Mew.
good
I feel like
point.
Mew would be fun to be.
Oh, and so cute.
All right,
Oh God. Okay,
since
so I'm looking at the
since
at the
nobody
Vaporeon copy pasta.
since nobody in chat wants to be a team player, I will be a team player.
Oh gosh. Should we read this out loud? I mean, is this appropriate
I will
for
read this out loud.
viewers? Yes.
Wait, I reached the character limit. Hold on. Okay, chat. I'm putting it in. We can all read along together. Wait, I got cut off. There's no doubt in my mind that uh hold on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I saw the first sentence and I'm like, oh shit.
It's so fucked up. Wait, I don't even know where I left off. Acid armor. Okay. There's no doubt in my mind that
Oh
we're
no.
almost there, chat. Also, fun fact. If okay, chat. Everyone, get out your reading glasses.
Mm.
Start taking notes because we're gonna read this together.
Yeah, this is going to be on the exam.
Okay, Nate.
Chat.
So I will read. We'll go sentence to sentence. Okay. So I'll read a
Okay.
sentence and you read a sentence. Okay.
All right.
I'll start off. Hey guys, did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans?
Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3 foot 3 tall and 63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human, oh gosh, dicks, and with their impressive base stats for HP and, and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one.
Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet, so wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore.
They can also learn the moves attract, baby doll eyes, captivate, charm, and tail whip, along with not having fur to hide nipples. So it'd be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood.
With their abilities water absorb and hydration, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water.
No other Pokemon comes close to this level of compatibility.
Also, fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your Vaporeon turn white.
Vaporeon is literally built for human dick.
Ungodly defense stat plus high HP plus high HP pool plus acid armor means it can take cock all day, all shapes and sizes, and still come for more. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That was an amazing experience. You know what, Dino? This has me thinking because that, oh my, have you ever heard of Sonic High School? Are you familiar with this? Oh my God. It,
Is that like Sonic Rule 34?
it's Sonic Rule 34 and so much more.
Nice.
Um, it's,
I feel
it's like,
sick. It's okay, Court. We're done. We finished reading.
turns on incognito.
I didn't even turn on incognito mode for searching
Uh,
that, so
yeah.
that is in my search results.
Oh, but yeah, no, definitely. If you ever, if you're, yeah, looking for something wild and hilarious, Sonic High School is the way to go. I mean, I would absolutely love to read that with you at some point in the future.
You want to do
On,
these monologues again? Is what you're saying?
I, you know, I, yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. you know?
What is Sonic High School?
Oh my god. So it's written in such a way that you would think the person who wrote it didn't understand English as a language, right? It's just it's like
Is it
it
is it
in
is it like what was that Harry Potter fanfic that went viral when we were younger?
oh my immortal
Yep.
was yeah. You have the book version of that?
That's
Oh my.
sick.
So would you say that that's comparable to
That's
like the
sick.
style of Sonic High School? Yeah, Sonic High School is way sexier.
Sonic High
And
School is sexier than My
and
Immortal. Wow.
and it follows like anime conventions. So it'll be like, oh, and Sonic very quickly went out to the school bus as quickly as he could. And then everybody on the bus said at the same time because it's easier, oh my gosh, it's Sonic. Just like
Does
it's
Sonic like get a lot of get a lot of puss?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, he slays mad puss. That's all he's thinking about. And he's got like he keeps commenting on at the beginning of the story, he mentions that he has dick problems. But then it just evolves over the chapters and the other people at the school start talking about it. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Sonic," that everyone asked him, "What's going on with your penis and ball sack problems?"
Does
You
Sonic
know.
does Sonic have a huge one?
I, oh, I mean, is it huge? Is it huge, babe? Yeah, Sonic's cock. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
naturally. I
yeah.
mean, the problem
Naturally.
is
Naturally.
the problem is gotta go fast. So I mean, you know,
He does quickies only.
yeah. Oh, oh yeah, and Cracklin Oates is
Oh,
he's
thank
linked the Sonic Hot Chick Heaven and Cracklin Oates. I'm thanking you for gifting yet another
yeah, thank you
sub.
so much.
Yeah, Cracklin Oates is a great guy. But yeah, have you heard that clip? It's yeah, it's like this guy very unironically, and it's super cringe. If you watch it just for what it is, but he's like, "There are so many hot babes in the Sonic
Yeah,
universe."
yeah, yeah. No, I've seen that. I've seen that video. I've seen that video. I've seen that video. Yeah, I've seen that video.
Oh my
Could
gosh!
could Vaporeon handle Sonic? I would say
Could
yes.
I mean we've already
We've
discussed that
we we've
Vaporeon is
literally just
perfectly lubricated. You know,
Vaporeon. Well, it said human dick. It didn't say hedgehog dick.
does it hedgehog dick have like the spinies on it? Caroline. Caroline knows all about different dicks. So I mean, all right, tell us straight. Are
Wait,
okay?
a kid like Knuckles? Knuckles
Yeah,
is what is it? An echidna?
yeah, and echidna. Yeah,
They wait. Echidna dicks have four heads.
four. Count them.
So
Four.
like one shaft and like four. How does that work? I have to look this up. I'm not gonna show it
Oh
on screen chat, but I am gonna look it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I'll
Chat.
go incognito for this one, boys.
Chat. Did we think that we would get
Echidna,
to echidna dicks?
a kid. Wait, how do I spell echidna? A
E C
kid,
H.
echidna penis. Oh, there's an
Yeah.
H. Scientists unravel mystery of echidna's bizarre four-headed penis. Oh no. No, that was a mistake, chat. Don't do it.
Oh no! Don't show me that, babe. I didn't want to
Chat,
see
don't
it.
look it up. Don't look it up. It's a big mistake.
Oh.
It's a big mistake. It was a really big mistake.
Ugh.
That was a really big mistake. Wow. Wow. Huge
Wait,
blunder.
kangaroos have what?
Okay, wait, what do I have to look
All
up
right,
now?
kangaroos have three vaginas, evidently.
Apparently, that's not totally true.
Oh, all right. So, I mean, that sounds like it comes from a place of
Like they
research
have
and investigation.
I looked this up before. Actually, I've heard this. Apparently, it's not like they don't have like three vaginas. They have like they have they have like three cavities. I think like they don't have three fully functioning vaginas. They have one vagina, but I think they have like three like
Three orifices.
I don't even know if it's that.
Like three uteruses, one vagina. Is that what it is?
Well, it's just like there's one functional vagina, and then the other two are like cavities. Or
They're like shut
oh my gosh, goodness gracious!
down.
And to think all this talk of animal
I
genitalia
gotta look
started.
this up. Hold on, chat. I gotta look up what a kangaroo's vagina looks like.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta get some
Kangaroo
verification for
vagina.
science.
Oh fuck. Okay, it's actually not that bad. The echidna was a lot worse.
Yeah, the echidna, that was rough.
Okay,
Caroline showed me it, and I didn't want.
kangaroos have 3 vaginas. I want to see what it looks like.
We got Big the cat
And
here.
it just looks like
Yeah.
a
Duck penis?
Oh yeah, duck penis. Yeah, it's
I'm
yeah,
not I'm not
for,
looking up any
for
more penises.
yeah, no, no, I wouldn't recommend it.
No more
I
penises for tonight.
all right, see you, Chungus.
Okay. Apparently, hold on. Kangaroos have 3 vaginas. Can you, dude? I have to. National Geographic, you bitch.
Oh, they know what people want. That's how they
They
get
know what they
those
know what we want.
subscriptions.
The three vagina.
They're just
I
dangling
guess
that
they
kangaroo
do.
pussy.
All I can really hear is him saying three vagina.
Common. So they have two uteruses. Does that mean they can hold 2 babies at once?
Snakes have a
Ooh.
double dick.
Oh,
Fun.
I think I can we declare a moratorium on the like animal genitalia
Fun.
facts?
Okay. After I read this fun fact, female kangaroos can be perpetually pregnant.
Like forever?
Like they can just always be because okay, so because they have 2 uteruses,
Uh-huh.
you can stuff you can get one going
Right.
and then you can get the other one going. And then once one pops out, then you can go back into that same hole, put another one in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Keep it like a rotation, basically.
Ducks
You
have
can just
corkscrew dicks and vaginas. Yeah,
Yep.
nature's scary.
It,
I think chat that's what we learned today.
exactly. Our takeaway
Nature's
from this
scary
segment is nature is scary and weird, right?
and
Oh my
ugly.
gosh. Well,
Very
yeah. In the
ugly.
case of the unfortunate, the tragic tale of the echidna penis, very
Chat,
ugly.
don't look it up. Don't do it. But I do wanna give some respect to the Sonic hot chick heaven guy. Just on one
Right?
note,
Okay.
and that is Rouge the Bat was
Yeah.
definitely a crush for your boy when he was younger.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can see why. I see. I didn't get exposed to Sonic, like really exposed to it until I got with Caroline. So like I was a an adult at that point. But then like playing Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time and seeing like, oh my god, if like 8 or 10-year-old me had seen that, oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's Sonic Adventure 1.
Was she in it? Was she in Sonic Adventure 1?
Yeah. She was in two.
No, but one's my favorite.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree
One
that
is your favorite. Nobody ever says that. Two is like the fan favorite.
that does seem to be the prevailing
Well,
opinion.
two had
Like,
the Chow Garden.
well, one had a Chow Garden, but it wasn't
It
as good.
it wasn't as
I will
fleshed
grant
out.
you
That's right.
that.
That's right. That's right.
I, personally, I do fall on the same side as Caroline, just because, like, one. Okay, so I mean, I keep Big the cat
Yep.
with me at all times, right? When I'm streaming or whenever I'm in this seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I can't play as Big the Cat in Sonic Adventure 2, but I can play as Big the Cat in Sonic Adventure 1. And on a more serious, like objective note, yes, there are technically six characters that you play as, in Sonic Adventure 2, but
Right.
it's only the three play styles.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I don't know, it feels stale, you
Can
know.
you play as Big the Cat in Heroes? So
That's
I'm
that's a
assuming
good
yes.
question.
Sonic Heroes. That's where like
Yeah.
they're like three. They're like teams of three.
I remember playing the shit out of that demo at Walmart
That game was cool.
when I was a kid.
Yeah. Chat wants me to ask you about that one time you made out with Big the Cat.
You know, I- that was that
Night,
was
Ozzy.
that was just a picture. That was just a piece of art that my wife made at Crackling Oats's request.
Is there Big the
I might
Cat Rule
add,
34? Hold on, I gotta look this up.
if you can think it, you know,
Right, that's the whole. That's the whole point of the rule. All right, I'm going in. Oh no! Oh my
Ozzy's like,
gosh!
the cock talk has made me tired. Hey, rest well, Ozzy.
Big the Cat be thick though.
I mean, they don't call him Big the Cat for nothing, Mr. Fries.
Yeah, that makes sense. These images, his dick is bigger than him.
His dick is
It's just
bigger than
that's just
him.
not logical at that point. The cock
I
talk
mean,
has made you tired. That's fair. That's fair. We have talked a lot about penises tonight, but it was
yeah.
warranted. It was warranted. Do you have any other questions, my man?
Let me see here. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah. What's your favorite anime and why?
Uh, Probably Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh, okay.
Probably just because it was like the first one I saw, and yeah, I saw like I like a lot of different ones. I don't watch. I watch anime. I don't watch like I don't watch all the animes. I pretty much
Hmm.
only keep up with like the popular ones,
Yeah, the big ones
the
like
big
My
ones.
Hero.
Yeah, I love My Hero actually.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's good.
We definitely need to watch
I saw the
the
movie
new
like a
season.
couple weeks ago.
Oh, was it good?
I liked it.
Hell
They
yeah.
all the My Hero movies were pretty solid, but yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist is my fave. Yeah, just good memories watching it with my brother when I was younger.
Ooh, yeah, that's a hell of an anime to watch with a brother,
True,
you
yeah,
know?
dude.
Oh man.
I've tried to get him to get the. I was gonna get Al's because it's my older brother, so I was gonna get
Hmm.
Al's blood seal tattooed, like on like my back, like over here maybe or something, and he was gonna get Ed's like state alchemist symbol. I was like, that's a sick
And
idea, dude. We'll make them really small. It won't
yeah.
be expensive. It'll be small. Like, get a
Yeah,
tattoo.
inconspicuous.
He won't do it.
Oh man.
He won't
Yeah,
do
my
it.
heart hurts for you.
Thank you. How about
All
you?
right. Well, Mr. Fries. Oh, what about me?
Yeah.
I man, it's the easiest answer in the book, but it's what's true for me is Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z for sure, and it's like stuck with me. Like I love the Dragon Ball Super movies. It was it's the first anime I ever watched. Like I remember just accidentally discovering Toonami on Cartoon Network as a kid, just coming home from school, and I remember I started as Goku was fighting Frieza. Like I think the first episode I watched was the one where Frieza just yeets Krillin and explodes him, and I'm like, damn, why'd he kill that kid? You know, um, and then I remember seeing Goku, turn blonde, and I'm just like, okay, all right, I don't know what this is, and I am still confused, but I think I like this, you know,
All
and
those
and
words that you just said to me
yeah,
meant nothing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You see, I
No,
take it for granted that
I know Dragon Ball Z. I think I know who Krillin is. I never watched it. I
you
feel like at this point now it's too late too.
yeah, it honestly, as an adult, you like I can't go back and watch Dragon Ball Z. Like Super on the other hand, I do enjoy watching that still. But Dragon Ball Z, there's just so much filler and bullshit,
That's why
you know.
I can't watch Naruto.
And I mean, oh man, yeah, Naruto and I mean, speaking of long-winded animes, didn't One Piece just recently hit the 1,000 episodes mark?
It's crazy.
You don't get to 1,000 episodes without several filler arcs.
That's
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying?
I haven't seen
But
One Piece. I won't start.
oh yeah, no, it would take the rest of my life. But yeah, if not Dragon Ball Z, then Death Note. You
That's a good
know,
one.
and doesn't get much more mainstream than that. But
Yeah,
I'm fine with being mainstream.
that's good. If you're not mainstream, then you're a weeb.
Yeah, yeah, and I just I don't see myself as a weeb. That's it just don't work for me.
That's fair. That's fair. Does it count if I have an anime tattoo? Am I a weeb for the shit?
I think chat has to decide that.
Chat's
Chat
decided.
is a Dino a weeb for having an anime tattoo?
I'll make a poll. Is Dino weeb? Yes. No. All right. I think that's gonna ring us out too.
All right.
Unless you have another question for me, brother.
Um. Yeah. Last one. I promise.
You could
What's
ask
your
more.
what's your favorite movie of all time? Because I love this. Like I feel like we're really getting to know each other here. Like it's been fun to go from like seeing you as just like this other entertainer to like, all right, this is a cool person that I'd like to like hang out with in real life.
You want to hang out?
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't live so far away from each other, I'd say hell yeah, let's do it.
Oh my
You
gosh,
know, just
you called me an entertainer. That was
I mean, you
nice.
are an entertainer.
That was nice of you. My favorite movie of all time. It. My favorite movie is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World,
Okay. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is, but that's like, yeah, that's like, I know, I'll get flack for that, and I accept it. But you know, it's my favorite movie. It's my favorite movie.
Yeah. I mean, I I'm not gonna judge you for having a favorite movie, because like honestly, that one's pretty solid. Like you could definitely have much worse of a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a great like coming of age story. Like plus for the time that it came out, those effects were pretty fucking sick. I remember just being like, whoa.
Do you want to know what my favorite movie was before I watched that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
When I was young, really dumb. It was Click, the Adam Sandler movie.
Bro, I love that movie.
What a lame choice.
Nah, man. Okay,
That
so
movie is stupid.
because for most of my life, I've been one to shit on anything Adam Sandler. It's at least my adult life. But there's something about Click. Like, yeah, the what's supposed to be funny in it is just fucking stupid. But like, oh my god, just it toward the end, like I'd say the last like 20 minutes or whatever, I cry every single time. Especially like when his he goes to see his dad that
Yeah,
last time and he's just like,
that shit used to get me too.
"Oh,
I was
oh,
like, this movie, it made me laugh. It made me cry.
yeah,
That's all I could ever want from a movie.
right." It ticks the boxes even if it is, Adam Sandler, movie by numbers.
It is
But
Adam
yeah.
Sandler though. That's what you have to remember. You're watching an Adam Sandler
Yeah.
flick.
Exactly. You know what you're signing up for, when you pop in the DVD.
How about you?
My favorite movie, I'd have to say it's Adaptation.
I've never
Um,
heard of that.
so Adaptation
Let's
is
look it up.
a film by written by Charlie Kaufman, the guy who did, if you've heard of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
I
Mind.
love that movie.
That used to be my favorite, and then I watched Adaptation. Like if you liked Eternal Sunshine,
I'll watch this.
definitely check
I'll
out
watch this.
Adaptation because Nick
I'll check it
Cage
out.
plays a set of
Should I watch
twins.
this alone or with people?
Um, there's at least one weird sex scene that I remember. But I mean,
Is Sonic
it's
involved?
there. Unfortunately, the sex scene does not involve Sonic, so I'm afraid that you'll have to go to Sonic High School, for all of those
All
needs.
right.
But yeah, definitely Adaptation because Nick Cage gives two great performances in it. Um, One of my favorite lines ever. And it's so simple, and I can say it now, and it doesn't like take away anything. It's just fuck fish. End quote. Full stop. Fuck fish.
I'll keep an eye out for that
You know.
line. Was
Yeah, great story.
Eternal Sunshine is the one where like the chick is like brainwashed by that dude, by uh Elijah Daniel,
Yeah, by Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah. Because like she had Jim Carrey erased from her memories, and then he like infiltrates her mind using those memories.
That movie's cool.
Oh yeah, and the next film in Charlie Kaufman's filmography, I think it's the next one, Synecdoche, New York. Like Adaptation gets meta.
Wait, what'd you say?
Synecdoche, New York. Synecdoche is a literary device where I think it's like you use a part of something to represent the whole. I think that's what that is.
Are
And
you sure you don't mean Schenectady?
hold up, hold
That
up.
that's a place in New
I gotta
York.
Synecdoche. Yeah. Here we go. Let me see, because I think it's a play off of that. Because I didn't know about the place. Yeah, let's see.
It's a
Synecdoche,
county in New York.
a figure of speech in which a part is made to
Oh, it's
represent the
actually it is a
whole.
word. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I wasn't making that shit up.
I was like, are you good?
Yeah. Hey,
That's a place.
yo, Nate, are you having a
That's not
stroke,
a
bro?
literary device.
But yeah, that one is like super like aggressively meta because it's about a playwright working on a play his whole life, and like it's weird. It's weird, but it's just that one stars Dustin Hoffman, and it's solid. It's also pretty, you know, dour at the end.
Okay.
But yeah, would definitely recommend his films. But yeah, Adaptation, my favorite movie, just because, like you said, with Click, like this movie, I
Stop.
know,
Don't
right?
reference
I know,
Click.
I know.
I'm
But
embarrassed.
Adaptation, it hits those boxes.
Cool.
Like it makes me think, it makes me feel, it makes me cry. I know cry
Makes
and
you
feeling are
come.
pretty similar. Yeah, it makes me come. Because I just that it it does everything for me.
Perfect.
Oh, all right. Well, I think I think that'll do it for me as far as my questions.
Okay. You got everything you wanted out of me?
I mean, I could always use more Dino, but you have filled me up this evening.
I'm glad I filled you up. Did I no, never mind. Did I fill you up? Did I fill you up like a kangaroo or like a
Or like a
Vaporeon?
Vaporeon? Yeah, I mean, hey, that's how we bring it all back.
Bring
You
it
know
all
what
back
I'm
together.
saying?
Chat, thank you for hanging out with us, asking questions, all the gifted subs. Very, very sweet of
Hmm.
y'all. This was Nasty Nate. He's on Nasty Nate 758. You can't forget the 758. He's on Twitch. He's on YouTube. He's on Instagram and he's on Twitter, but under Erratic Ermine. What's that about?
Oh yeah, so erratic ermine. I had I had started fooling around with YouTube several years ago when I was still working in mental health crisis management, and I was just making like Spyro the Dragon videos, just like
I love
playing the
Spyro.
the reignited trilogy, which yeah, Spyro is the bomb.com. Like if I just want atmosphere, I play Spyro. If I want atmosphere plus a challenge, I play Crash. Um but yeah, so that's what I called the YouTube channel was Erratic Ermine because
You mean
I mean,
Twitter?
uh say what?
You mean Twitter?
Well, I had made
Oh,
the
Yep. Yep.
yeah, so I made the
I'm
Twitter
following.
after YouTube, and then when I transitioned to Twitch back in like April or whatever, I what made me change my name to nastynate758 was really more that like so I went in I like Lil B, you know,
The base
thank you Base
god.
God. Yes, thank you Base God. Red Flame, the new Red Flame mixtape, fire. All right, everybody, shouts out to Lil B, Base God, showing love to everyone and everything. But I went into because Lil B streams on Twitch,
Oh, really?
and his streams are so fucking based, bro. Like I would definitely recommend checking out a Lil B
Is
review.
based good or bad?
So
What does it mean
here's
to be based? Am I based?
you are very based. So
Okay,
I
sick.
take it in the sense that Lil B uses it because he has spoken on this issue before, and he said that growing up, based was a negative thing. Like, oh, you a
Uh,
based, like that's what you would call a drug addict. Is like you'd call them a base head and say, oh, you look based. And so Lil B, when he was coming up, he had been called based, and so he wanted to turn it on its head, and he made it more about, all right, being based means that you're filled with love and positivity, and you want the best for people.
that's what it means.
Yeah, yeah, it it is definitely about positivity, you know. Um, but yeah, so I went into Lil B's stream and I subscribed, and I was chatting trying to get his attention, and my name was still Erratic Ermine at the time, and I remember him trying to read my name, and he's just like er er Erdic Ermi. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, if Lil B can't read my name, then I need to change my name. And so a coworker, years ago had started calling me Nasty Nate, because I shared with him that I eat pussy, and he was like, "Oh, you nasty! Oh, why are you so
What?
nasty?"
You shared. Hey, man. Just putting it out there. I eat pussy.
Well,
Nice, nice to meet you.
it's not like I led with that. Like, hey,
And
my
he
name's
said
Nathan,
you
and I eat
nasty.
pussy. Well, yeah, yeah. He's because
Wow, his loss.
we were working an overnight shift, and just shooting the breeze, and we came to a lull in the conversation, and he just looked at me and was like, Nate, I bet you eat pussy, don't you? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I do. And he's like, you nasty. So that's where nasty Nate comes from, and the 758. That's just that's where I grew up in West Virginia. So
Okay. I love it. Thank you again, man, for spending this time
thank
with
you.
me. Thanks
Well,
again,
it's been
chat.
good.
Again, follow Nate on all this shit down here. And then I'm
Yep,
up there if you wanted
down
to
here.
check me out as well. Peace out, y'all.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.